Hey everyone, welcome back to new Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cardwell.
And today we're going to be showing off another new fun deck. I mean, y'all saw it at the Deck Brawl if you watched it. And it's the Totes deck. The deck has a lot of things going for it. It draws a lot of cards. It does a lot of silly random stuff.
Yep.
It's totally fun, and we're going to break it down. So, without further ado, Totes Woke. Start off with Loki. She's the ruler. Yep. She's great. We haven't really done much with Loki.
Yep, nothing at all, and finally we brought something together to make it pretty fun.
Yeah, we're still waiting. We want to see her new Master Rune when it comes out, but she's got a good one right now.
We'll see.
But, without further ado, Divinity 10, Judgment for 3, Blue and 1, and Energize for blue. Pretty simple.
Yep.
She's an 8/12 when you Judgment. She's still got Divinity 10. And her special ability on the back is you may pay 2 less for the awakening costs of spells you control.
Yep.
So she doesn't add 2 mana, she just subtracts the 2 from the spell's awakening cost.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at it however you want to do it, but that's essentially what she does.
Ultimately, it's the same goal.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just playing spells and making them be awakened. So you want to try to flip her relatively early, but don't get overzealous because then you lose out.
Yeah.
Because she'll just die.
It's good that she has a 12 butt just in case you do it early and be able to just keep tapping her for stones.
Yeah.
And not swinging with her.
So, the runes. We're going to cover those real fast because they help a lot.
Yep.
So, we got a couple of them that are just there for like utility purposes. And the first one I got is Monstrosify. So, it's 1 blue quick cast Divinity 2 and target Resonator becomes a 9/9 until the end of turn. So remember that it's literally any Resonator. Yours, theirs. So if they have like a 16/16 gonna kill you, you're just like, no, that's 9/9. Thanks. I don't want to. Or if you have a 1/1 and you want to block their dude, you're like, but it's a 9/9.
Yep.
Thanks. It's good combat trick really. The next up for combat trick is Sand Awakening. It's gonna be in a lot of decks that we play because it's really, really good.
Yeah, it evens out with that Divinity 1 section.
Yeah. So it is 1 colorless and 1 red, but Divinity 1, quick cast. You may pay a red less if you play this from a rune area, so essentially it's 1 colorless. Target Resonator gets +2/+6 until the end of turn, and if it's a fire Resonator, they get +4/+8 instead. So it's just there to help save your dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's its main purpose, to be like, hey, this dude's big, don't kill him. We got Invitation. It's
just
good.
It's just
3 mana, Divinity 2, Chant Rune. You may pay 1 less to play this from a rune area.
Just
2 mana, and search your deck for a card and put it in your hand.
Just whatever. You don't even have to reveal it. Remember that.
Oh, I'm glad you remember that. Cardwell.
Yeah, finally remember.
Next up is her Master Rune, Consume, because it is still really, really strong.
Yeah.
And it's 3 mana, 2 blue and 1, quick cast Divinity 2. And remove target Resonator from the game. You gain life equal to that Resonator's defense. So, that's a 12/12. I'm going to gain 12.
Yep.
Get out. It's just good.
Just with the quick cast, it's just so useful at any time.
Yeah, 3 mana, remove your dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then finally, we have it's not rune specific to her, but I mean, you're really only ever going to play it in her kind of deck.
Yeah.
And it's Massive Growth. Quick cast, it's 2-drop, Divinity 3 rune, or Chant Rune. You may pay 1 less to play this from a rune area, so essentially it costs 1 blue, and you produce 3 blue. Spin this wheel only to pay awakening costs.
Yep. It makes you do a lot of fun tricks early game before you flip her, so it's just really good with that.
Yeah, that's its main purpose, is just to be like, hey, I want to make this awakening happen right now.
Yeah. And
we have a lot of fun things that it can do that with, so we're going to delve into those right now.
Alright, and the first one creature is Gretel of the Misty Woods. 1-drop, 2/6, and whenever you awaken a spell, draw a card, and you can only do this once per turn. Yeah.
You're already getting value off awakening, let's get more value.
It helps the fact that you're spending extra mana to do some small little extra thing.
Yeah, he's real good.
Yeah, and to help with that, also Scarecrow Guide. 1 blue, 4/4, awakening 1, enter, draw a card, and then discard a card. So there you go. With both of them, you draw 2 cards, and then you can discard 1.
Yeah, it's worth it just because he does a lot for you, and it's a free awakening spell.
Exactly. And he's a free blocker. Just immediately chump block. I don't care. I did that many a times.
Oh yeah. And then one of my favorite little blue dudes, and he's adorable.
Yeah, he is.
Everybody loves him. Is Jormungandr. the Eater of Worlds.
Yep.
So a 1 blue for a 4/4 Resonator Beast. He's got a lot, so bear with us.
Yeah.
He's got... This card gets +5/+5 for each growth counter on him. Whenever he attacks, you may remove a gluttony counter from him. If you do, target Resonator is removed. Your opponent controls when he attacks. So you like remove him, or swing, remove a gluttony counter, remove that dude.
Yep, simple as that.
And then he's got 2 Awakening. This card enters the field with a growth counter, or 2 colorless, and he's got 1 blue. This card enters with a gluttony counter.
Yep.
And you can banish a water magic stone to add a growth or a gluttony counter to this card. Play its ability only one during your turn and only once per turn.
Yep. So with Loki, for 2 mana, you can have a 9/9 that kills a dude.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And he's saying his 2 mana is the 1 blue for the rune, turn 2, and then you're like Jormungandr.
Yeah, yeah.
Pay the 3, he's big.
It's ridiculous.
And if you have a blue stone or a water stone by that next turn, you're just like, cool, sack this, he's even bigger. Thanks.
Yeah.
Just because I can. Jormungandr can just get there by himself because if he just stays on the board and does nothing, he becomes a huge threat. Really, a 9/9 that can remove dudes is a threat.
Oh yeah. The next one is the Rebellious Soul AU. It's a 1 blue, 1 color, 6/6 flying. When it enters the field, gain control of target Resonator with total cost 1 as long as the card is in the field, as long as AU's in the field. And then the other part doesn't matter because we don't have AU as a ruler. So that's all it is throw off the tempo of the other person.
Yeah, her second part does things with if your ruler's AU, but we're not really.
Yeah.
She's mainly there. Like, we figured out that she's actually super good against the meta right now, like the big competitive meta. Because, like, all the top decks have, like, at least 4 to 12 1-drops. Like, they just do. Pandas have them with Jim Mallet Panda, Majin Dark Elves running around everywhere. Just all kinds of little 1-drop dudes. And so for 2 mana, you're just like, hey, give me that dude. So you don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it. It doesn't matter that if she stays in play. I mean, that does matter, but even that 1 turn takes them off of, like, it takes a Jim Mallet Panda away from them so they don't get a free mana ramp on you.
Yeah.
And then they have to answer it just to get, so they have to waste a kill spell just to get their dude back. So it's worth it for the 2 mana.
And if they're like Laura's disciples and they have a Laura, you just hopefully take that Laura just away from them.
Yeah, so you're just like, no, mine.
Like, it's good. All right, the next one is a Hanzel of the Misty Woods. 1 blue and 1 6/6. And then it has Awakening for 2 as well, 1 and a blue. So 4 mana, you get to return target Resonator to its owner's hand. It's pretty useful.
Pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's my Bane in this deck.
The good old doggo.
Little pupper. Loki's Watchdog, Fenrir. This dude does some work with Awakening cost. If Loki's flipped, this dude does work.
Yeah.
So 2 blue and 2 for a 10/10. He's a beast. He's got Awakening 2 and an Awakening 2.
Yes.
So you pay for both of them, and he does 2 different effects. The first one, you pay 2, enter, draw 2 cards. Cool. Second one, you pay 2, enter, target a Resonator. Its controller banishes it. So if Loki's flipped, she reduces all Awakenings by 2. So both of those are reduced by 2. So you just get to be like, pay the Awakening for 2 free.
Yeah.
2 free, and then you get both of them for 4 mana.
It's because they're separate, just paragraphs.
Yeah. And Fenrir's just strong.
Just
like
4/4 or 10/10 for 4 is just good.
Yeah, and then you get the ability to kill a creature and draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Even if you have to pay for it and just do one of those effects, it's pretty strong for that, man.
And it gets around, of course.
It does not get around barrier, sadly.
Not barrier, but the indestructible.
Oh yeah,
eternal.
Yeah.
Because you target them and then they have to banish it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually get destroyed.
Yeah. They have to lose that dude because they have to sacrifice.
So that's a good thing.
That's the other plus.
John Dark, get out of here.
Yeah. Don't hate on my Johns, all right? Next up is our big boy of the deck, and it is Mosasaurus. And it's just Mosasaur. Like, everybody knows this dude. He's 5 mana for a 15/10. Comes into play, you choose one. Destroy target rested Resonator. Or 3 target magic stones don't recover during the recovery phase. During their next recovery phase. So you're just like, those 3 lands, don't attack them. And I mean, we have ways to cheat him in, which has Awakening, so it's cool. But he's just good because he's 5 mana for, I'm going to just nuke your lands.
Yeah.
Set you back a turn.
Or just kill your dude.
Yeah.
And then that's it for the Resonators. We'll get to the spells here. The strongest one, of course, I think, is Dragon Lord's Breath. 1 blue quick cast. Return target Resonator with a total cost 3 or less to the owner's hand. But there's more. Awakening, 2 time mana. Put target Resonator on the bottom of its owner's deck, which is extremely powerful. And then the other Awakening cost is another time mana to draw a card.
This card's so strong.
Yeah.
Sure, it takes 4 mana to get all of them, but I mean, it's kind of worth it because you're bouncing 2 dudes. You're putting 2 dudes away and drawing a card.
Or even just 3 mana, just in general, just gets rid of 2 dudes out of your way.
Yeah, getting rid of 2 dudes super quick is pretty great.
Oh yeah. The next one also to help is Arondight. 1 blue quick cast. Cancel target automatic spell, automatic ability of a Resonator. If that card was awakened, destroy that Resonator. So awakening for blue and 2. So for 4 mana, you get to do all that. With Loki, it's just 2 mana, which is amazing.
Yeah. So you're like 2 mana, kill that dude. Thanks.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they have to have something to stop, but it's okay. It's worth it. Next up is the J/Resonator Protection. Is mostly what it's there for. Is Lightning Shield. 1 blue and 1 quick cast. It is a chant. Target J/Resonator gets +0/+8 and gains barrier until the end of turn.
Yep.
That's its main purpose. I mean, if the weather is rain, you get to do other special stuff. But we have no way to make rain. It's not really that big of a deal. Or if the weather's thunderstorm, I'm sorry. But still,
yeah,
we have no way to make that.
It's just to protect your dudes.
Yeah, it's just there to help you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you want to kill Loki? No. Stop it.
Oh, yeah. And the last one is a Magical Tidal Surge. It's 3 blue and 2, so 5. Return all non-water Resonators to their owner's hand. Just have 1 in the deck, just in case.
Yeah. If y'all watched the Brawl, there was a couple times that if he drew that, I was dead in the water. Like, just dead. Because he had board, and I was like, oh, I have no dudes. If you bounce on my dudes, I'll be real sad. Card's just strong for, like, that one. It's like a Mosasaurus strong, because it just ends you the game when you need it to end the game. Because you're like, bounce all your dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as strong if you're playing against another blue deck, but it is what it is.
That's why it has 1. And, you know, not many people play that much blue lately.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. That is it for the main. The stones are really simple. They're really, really simple. We have 2 water stones, because you need them. 4 of the Magic Stone of Time, which has the blue or the time mana. And then 4 Magic Stone of Chaos, which is add a blue, or you can tap, banish this card, add 2 blue, spend this only for awakening cost.
Yep.
So it's all just adds blue. That's your main goal. And then the time mana is there for the 1-time spell, because it's just a strong spell.
Yep.
That is it for the stones. And then we do have a couple of honorable mentions and just other cards that are really strong in the deck, or that you could look into using. The first one being the Witch's Minion. So a blue and 1 for a 6/6 Cthulhu guy. Little fish monster. At the beginning of your main phase, produce a time. Spend this will only to play activate abilities or mobilize or awakenings of chance. So it's just a free mana every turn that you could add for your chance. So they do something, you're like, Arondight free. No.
Yeah.
Not free, but it helps pay for the awakening. Or for the Dragon Lord's Breath, you're like, hey, bounce that thing.
Yeah.
Because awesome. Next up is Messenger of Death. He is 2 mana for a 6/4 flyer with Awakening 4. Enter, your opponent banishes a Resonator. So this dude's really cool because he can kill a dude and he comes into play. Just him having a 4 booty makes him kind of small.
Yeah, it's super sad.
Really sad. Because he dies to pretty much everything. But, I mean, if you get to kill a dude, you get to kill a dude with it.
Yeah.
And finally, the card I was talking about earlier, Dinosaur Servicing. It is 1 blue for a chant. Search your deck for a Dinosaur Resonator, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Awakening is a blue and 3. Put that card into the field instead. So, with Loki, it costs 2 less. So you're just like, cool, 3 mana, go get a Mosasaur, put it in play.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll take it.
Especially with the Chant Rune, adding 3 Awakening is just really good at that.
Yeah, so you're just like, cool, 2 mana, I get a Mosasaur on turn 2 or turn 3 because I don't care.
Yeah.
Preferably when do turn 3 because if a Mosasaur has targets, it has to target one of yours if they only have 2. So if it has the targets, it has to hit all 3. But that is it for the honorable mentions. The deck overall is super, super fun. It does a lot of like shenanigans, I guess you would call it. We both really enjoyed the way it played. We're gonna play it again this next brawl, so be on the lookout for that. And we want to say thank you all again for joining us here today at Geektopia Island. Goodbye.
Bye.
Also, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all of our future content, make sure you tap that bell.
And go ahead and check us out on our streams. Don't forget to support us on Patreon. And thank you for staying here on the island.
Later, guys.
Bye.